fantastic. What an incredible intro there by Lewis Shepherd.
Amazing.
Welcoming you to the Hat Chat podcast, episode 118, with your hosts, Chris Trott,
Ross Hornby,
and Alex Smith.
That's right. And if you're looking at the video version of this podcast, Ross was flaunting our fantastic Pleasure of jumper, of which Lewis Shepherd wonderfully sang.
Indeed,
which you can get now on freshstore.co. Thank you very much if you've already gotten it. A great Christmas gift, I would say.
I'm waiting for my own. I can't wait to wear it.
That's mine right there.
I know it's yours, yeah.
Because it's medium. Or
It's a large, in fact. I would get a size up.
Size up.
If you're going to buy one.
Size up if you're going to buy one.
Because the large one's just a little bit too snug for me.
Get it cozy. Nice and cozy. Anyway, welcome to the Hat Chat podcast. Thank you very much. We're here today to indulge in some hypothetical situations, perhaps tickle some news that is hilarious. I'm sure it's hilarious. Or maybe grotesque.
It might be. I didn't choose any news today. There was a couple of stories, but maybe the hypotheticals will drive us all the way home.
Often does.
It really does.
And I'd like to give a huge shout out to the people that chose the first hypothetical of today, and that would be our Chody Patreons. Thank you very much.
Patreons.
Patreon.com/hatfilms if you want to sign up and be a part of the voting democracy that chooses the hypothetical situations every week. And that also helps us out, allows us to keep doing Hat Chat and other things like Booty, our D&D podcast, which is in its last 2 episodes of season 1.
It's on its last legs.
It's almost over.
So
Almost.
It's a good time to catch up now if you want to see the last 2 live. If not, it'll all be available on youtube.com/hatfilms. This is all promo right now.
It really is.
And we'll be back with season 2 next year, which is exciting. Anyway, hypothetical time.
Let's throw the hypotheticals our own way.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
And are these in order? These are in order of
that number
chosen
one
ones?
is the number one chosen.
Okay.
Voted on.
Number 1. You randomly wake up one morning and are 10 years old again. You have to convince your parents that you're really from the future, X years from now. How do you do it? This is tough.
24 years
I feel like
older.
this has been a scenario that we may have thought of before.
Similar to.
It's really hard.
But this is specific. You have to convince your parents.
You just describe new technologies. I think you just impress them with your knowledge.
But that doesn't... What would you... Okay, what would you describe?
Smartphones.
What does that mean to someone who doesn't know what that is?
It's like a telephone, but you put it in your pocket and it's got a screen on it and you just tap the screen.
That's a lovely idea, Alex. Oh, draw it down in your colouring book.
Okay.
That's how I feel like...
Dad, no need to be so condescending.
I feel like they would
I'm
be.
10 years old, not 3.
Yeah, well, write down your little notebook, mate.
Okay, how about I write down this, Mum and Dad? Climate change, motherfuckers, and you're going to do nothing about it for like 10 years.
Son, we know that's just weather, don't worry.
It's not just weather, Mum! It's not!
It's just weather.
It's a 10-year-old tantrum coming
I would
up.
then say, I'm going to give you some investment advice. And they're like, holy shit, son, you're making us minted. To be honest, in a way, when you're going to use things like investment advice, you almost want them to not believe that, like, you know what you're talking about. Then it legitimizes it, right?
We need to nail down
be a
the
reference
premise
point somewhere.
here.
Yeah.
Because you're not going back in time, are you?
Oh, you're not going back in time.
You're just a 10-year-old body.
Was 10 years now, or is he 10 years?
Reread the question.
Okay, so you've just... Oh, wait, hang on. That's the second one. You only wake up one morning and are 10 years old again. Wait, so you've gone back? Wait.
So you are 10 again.
So you're back to 10 years old, whatever year that is to you, which is 1998?
10-year-old self.
I want to say 98.
Wait, are we going back in time or are we just 10?
The year is 1998. You are 10 years old. We are 10 years old.
So we are going
10,
back in time.
but we have all the knowledge and experience of being 34.
Are Spice Girls there?
Back to investments.
There.
Okay.
You start jacking it to Jerry? Well, you're 10 years old.
I think I did.
And you can't climax yet.
I don't think I did.
You can try. Yeah. Well, you don't think you wanked it to Jerry?
I'm not going to wank off a 10-year-old boy.
It's yourself.
Well, exactly. But that's what it sounds like, doesn't it?
It'll be weird.
I'm not going to suddenly... I'm now a 34-year-old man in a child's body. I'm not going to start fiddling with myself.
It would be weird.
Even though it is me.
Oh, my God.
It's not going to come... It's not going to be on my mind.
So how long would you wait? How long would you wait? When's it okay
I'm too busy panicking about being 34 stuck in a 10-year-old's body. I'm like,
I wouldn't
panic. What the fuck is happening?
I'd be like,
what the hell? What's this childish body I'm in? Where am I? Mummy! Mummy!
Danger
Mummy,
wank.
what is this?
Instant danger wank. That's the nice thing about being 10. You can always danger wank.
10 wasn't... I didn't... Were you...
I was
not
about
10.
4 or 5.
That's crazy. 4 or 5. You were wanking at 4 or 5. That's insane.
You're basically squishing around a mealworm
What
at that
the
point.
hell?
Like, what's the point?
Why is everyone so into this? I would yell.
You're
Mummy!
not even horny yet.
No, I
You know what that is.
that. No, I would just I'd be happy for you'd be not happy to do this. You've just
Go
got
back to 10, but my brain is
just
34 and I've lost everything I've
You have
worked
to
myself
hang out
towards
with
to get to 34.
10-year-olds.
yeah, but you're back in time. If you were just 10
Okay,
in this
so back
time,
in time, yes, I would try and I guess explain that buy Apple stocks, buy Amazon stocks, buy all of these things with the pocket money that you're going to give me, but they're not going to believe me or take me seriously. I don't feel they'll listen to me, sure, but I feel like
how would you convince?
you'd have superior
convince them
linguistic
that
skills.
that would probably be quite noticeable. If one day suddenly your
Child starts talking
10-year-old
like
starts talking
an adult,
like a 34-year-old talking about stocks and like where you should be investing and by the way, guess what's going to happen in 2001?
I guess in 1998 there wouldn't be the access to the internet as we know it, so it wouldn't
you
be
try
like
and stop
he's looked this
2001?
up online and stuff.
You wouldn't be able to
why not?
because you're 12 and
Well, because
no
the
one
American
trusts you.
government wants it to happen.
Rush. Mummy, we need to go to the airport. Just go tell them what's going to happen. They think you're insane.
Mummy!
They throw you in the slap. Mummy! Where are you, Mummy?
Mummy, the Saudis are sponsoring terrorism in the United States.
I don't trust that George W. Bush. You need to speak to him now. Speak to him on the phone.
Look,
call him,
just
Mummy.
say if we don't want to go to Disneyland. You have to make up this crazy stuff about Saudi Arabia.
We've had this kind of mentality before when we talk about like if you went back in time and could convince someone to I don't know, kill Hitler or whatever, and they're like, he's all right now. He's doing great things in the country. And it's like, well, no, things are about to turn, and you don't know.
Do you think you could put it off
Because you
in a
can't
10-year-old's
exactly
body?
give fucking Putin a phone call and say, stop this silliness.
What if you're a 10-year-old, like, you're in your 10, right, you've gone back to 1930,
We're going
Seven.
further back.
we're going back to 1937, you're 10 years old again.
Fuck, I've been 10-year-old.
always
It's
10.
like
That's
really the thing that's stopping all of this. I'm 10.
It's a really shit version of like Sliders or Stargate or like one of those teleportation things where the limitation is you're always 10. So you've got to like gear up. It's a little bit like when you see
Quantum leap, but you're 10 every time.
It is more like Quantum Leap. It's a little bit like how in Stranger Things, for some reason, the kids are the ones that are solving these national, global crises.
Yeah.
Like, it's unrealistic, but somehow they pull it off.
There needs to be
you're a 10-year-old with a Tommy gun,
right.
and you've just kicked in the front door of the Eagles Nest, and you're like, surprise, bitch! And you just start spraying.
Strength to kick a door open.
Yeah, as a 10-year-old. You've been working out. You've seen those really jacked toddlers, right?
But I'm not one of those. I can't be one of those.
You
Just I've
spend
seen
a
them.
year
training,
honing your skills. You're 11.
The biggest, muscliest
I've got
11-year-old.
to kill Hitler.
You've just
Going for you,
started
Hitler.
year 7 secondary school. You're 11 years old.
Yeah.
This is it. Okay, mother. At 11,
Yeah.
I reckon you'd have a slim chance.
But let's apply that mentality to, I don't know, January this year. Who was the one who was kicking in Putin's door? You can't get that close. It's not that easy. You can't just go to these people's houses and go, you're going to fucking ruin the world.
No, somebody
though
did.
you'd like to.
Whoa. Actually, an English
they just
guy
met with this
did
guy
try
and
to kill Donald Trump before he even took power. Remember that? There was a guy that tried to steal a gun off of a security guard.
Yeah.
And, oh, man.
Terrible attempt.
That feels to me like a guy that got sent back in time to try and get rid of Donald Trump and failed.
Well, it feels like a guy who lived through Donald Trump
Was
for a
he-
bit, then tried.
No, he wasn't even president at this point.
Was he not?
He hadn't been
I thought
elected.
This was after the first year.
It was during a rally in like Arizona or Las Vegas or something.
How old did he look?
He was quite young.
I
He
think
was a
he was like
youngish
19,
English
wasn't he?
guy.
Like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
10-year-old?
He tried, but he didn't. But that's a good point. I just use
Access to
loads
these
of
things.
grenades.
But right now we're trying to persuade our parents
Yeah, to invest in
that we
Apple.
are from the future,
Yeah.
and that's the conundrum, because it's like that's the struggle. It's like, how do you persuade them that you're not just 10-year-olds
Yeah,
and
I
losing
could
your
do
mind?
it.
You've lost your mind.
I could do it.
Now, I think also you can start talking about, I guess, more intellectual subjects. Maybe talk about John Major. Wasn't he the Prime Minister at the time?
Yeah.
98?
I actually remember going to the polling station with my mum when she voted for Tony Blair after John Major, and I was like, "You just going to vote for John Major?" In my stupid little head, I was like, "Status quo's good.
Just leave it here. Just here. I'm fine.
Here, he seems fine."
I'm all right.
10.
10, yeah. We went down there. You got some political opinions at 10. That's interesting.
10, you were like,
You weren't even
let's
shaking your
continue
ding dong.
the
Well, maybe
status
you were.
quo.
Yeah, I just finished wanking.
Of course.
And I was like, "Come on, Mum, let's just maintain the status quo." And she's like, "You're a little bit politically active for a 10-year-old."
Back in your lane, she says.
Well, unionise, Mum, and then you'll see we'll come for you with a guillotine. She didn't like that.
It's going to be really hard to... Oh, Blair was
Yeah.
Prime Minister apparently in 97, so... There we go.
He's already.
Blair.
He's already.
Yeah, I know.
It was the hair Blair in
she voted for
97.
Tony
So
Blair.
Blair was in there 98.
Right.
98's the year.
It's already happened.
It already happened, right? So I remember further back than 97 then. With Stokes of Hamden.
Okay,
Remember
wait, hang
toilets?
on. No. This may take a couple of years, but I think the biggest thing you could explain is a very detailed explanation of 9/11. Now, obviously, it may look like you're plotting it or planning it. You're not planning it. You're a 10-year-old. You're just like, look, Mum, there's no
97.
way I can persuade you. No,
Yeah,
it's
I guess
1998, and you're saying
got
in
3
3 years,
On 9/11.
Mummy, the world is going to change.
And 9/11 is
If you want to
obviously
do
the
any
American.
traveling without any hassle, do it now. Otherwise, you're going to have to take
Let's
your
get
shoes off at the
all our
airport. You have to
holidays.
take your belt off. You have to go through these. You do have to go through machines anyway, but it's not as bad.
And then they take away your liquid because it
Yeah.
doesn't fit in an arbitrary plastic bag that they've somehow decided is fine,
Yeah.
even though like 100 mil of something and 100 mil of something else could mix together to create a reaction that would probably create enough explosive force to do
See
some
that-
damage to a door.
see that
But they
post?
still do it.
Did you see that post where someone was like, you can buy Swiss Army knives after you go through checking
It's nuts.
and then take that on the plane?
I
Anyway.
like being kept safe, but more often than not,
Well,
you're not taking down a whole
arbitrary.
plane with a
at
Swiss
what
Army
cost?
knife, are
You know,
Or
you
are
could say, "Okay, we're going to protect you from lung cancer. You just never have to go outside." It's like, well, what's the cost? At what cost?
Easy.
I want to take my XL size shampoos on airplanes, and I will die for that right.
Put it in your hold.
Don't take hold
If
luggage
anything, it's
because
just-
they only fly low cost these days.
What if it's just a
Right.
really extravagant way to make people get more creative and make things smaller, like explosives?
Yeah, well, yeah, it does.
Like,
Drives
well, I can
innovation.
loop all these things together. Look, I've got a tiny bottle of shampoo here, tiny bottle of shower gel. Glue them
Constraints
together,
drive
twist them,
innovation.
shake them, bomb.
Bam! Boom! And you show that to the
shit.
security guard, but you're like, mate, look on the side. 100
milliliters.
Gotta let
I
me
can
on
have
with
10
it.
of these.
But it's made from some sort of plutonium. Bam! Explosion! Terrorism!
So this is all the stuff you'd say to your mum.
No. It would
Yeah.
be
Well,
basically the 9/11 plot. And also I'd be going like, I don't know what happened to Building 6 or 7. Was it 7? The one that just went down on its own.
Yeah, Building 7, I think.
But we won't get into that. Conspiracy
The
theories.
thing is, though, you're
You're explain all those
opening-
things.
I think by talking about a catastrophic event which changes the Western world as we know it,
Yeah.
and the fact that you knew about it before it happens would just paint a target on you from
It
the
would
government.
do, but your parents aren't going to go to the government. They're going to think you're crazy, you're an idiot, you're just a kid playing games. But you'll be like, Mum, remember, it's almost 9/11. I'm not going to stop it from happening.
What do you
I have
reckon
no
would
power
happen
as a child.
after that fact? So they believe you now. What happens now?
Well, I'd try and tell them to contact the authorities. There's Flight 96, was it? United 96, try and
Yeah.
get that one.
Well, there is a whole thing about
I
this.
really need to read up before
So
I
one
transform
of them
into a
has-
10-year-old all the details.
CIA and the FBI knew
Watch a few
about
docs.
something like 9/11 happening for quite a few years. There's a really, really good.
So you're trying to say they're lazy and useless at their jobs?
No,
Or
well,
they just like big bangs?
it was
Or they've
actually
never
to
seen
do
an
with the
explosion
communication
like that
between the
before?
FBI and the CIA that apparently fucked it up.
Shit.
But the FBI was like investigating people landing in the US and
Yeah.
like preparing for acts of terrorism. Like there was like there's a really good show called Looming Tower, which has got the guy from Dumb and Dumber in it.
Jeff Daniels?
Jeff
Or-
Daniels.
Okay.
And he plays a head of the FBI in I think it's New York or somewhere, the station chief or however you want to describe it. And he's like, "There's going to be an attack. There's going to be an attack. We really need to worry about this." And essentially, the TV shows explains it all, but basically they didn't act on it. He then quits his job or gets fired at the FBI and goes to work as a security chief at the World Trade Center. And he dies in the World Trade Center attacks. That actually happened.
That's crazy.
The Looming Tower. It's a really good show. You watch
Jesus
it.
Christ.
Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, big spoilies.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a big spoiler, but probably looks better on screen
That's
than your
insane.
description. But
I know.
still,
That's insane.
Jeff Daniels.
that's my,
R.I.P.
this is how I would explain it. And it's a long game. I'm going to be living through the very early, preteens, which will be kind of shit for 3 years, but at least I feel like. Do you
I
feel
don't
like?
think anyone would turn down being 10 years old again.
But do you feel like it would? No,
I
no
would.
responsibilities.
Why not? Why?
No responsibilities. You don't have to
Well,
do anything.
I think I'd just
Goo
be
goo gaga.
annoyed at other 10-year-olds that were
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
So
much-
it's your annoyance that would turn down 24 years of optimizing your life, 24 years of having 24 years again. I don't think you would.
There's
You'd have the
also-
intelligence of a 34-year-old in a 10-year-old body. You could.
You could nail everything. You could go to the
You
best
can outsmart
schools.
everyone.
You could,
Well, that's more of a financial thing, isn't it?
well, not if you've got a scholarship.
You can gamble. You can gamble
I can to a point.
And because you know certain things might happen. I don't think the 9/11 thing will be on the bookies. Sorry?
You could...
But we don't know the
I'm
results.
pretty sure this is going to happen. They're very specific and niche. But
Fuck
yes,
the butterfly effect.
you
Fuck the
can-
butterfly
you can
effect.
put your entire parents' wealth
That's a good
on this.
point. If you start trying to stop catastrophic events, who knows if your future's going to be the same?
Yeah.
But I guess you have
What other
got the knowledge
crazy
of a
explosion would have
34-year-old
happened?
in a 10-year-old's body, which, yeah. God, I have to do college and shit again.
Yeah, but you can do it in a better way because you'll be like, that was a shit thing, so I won't do that.
It's a mulligan.
So you've now got
Yeah.
your option 2 path.
Would
is
I
pretty good.
meet?
We might not meet.
No. We go on a
None of this would happen.
Plus you get... But I mean, also, like, arguably, those years are probably some of the best. Like, in terms of, like...
10-year-old?
From 10 to 34.
Yeah, 10 to, wow.
Like,
being youthful again.
Yeah, being youthful, meeting
Not having to be a
people.
baby
Probably
shit
be
yourself.
healthier. Like, not eat so many Haribos and stuff.
Yeah, but your childlike urges will still be there.
So many childlike
You're like,
urges.
fuck it, Haribo. Still
Why is there so
wanking
much
like a
jack?
chimp.
I'm 10.
Jacking it like a chimp.
Childlike urges.
Christ alive. Control yourself.
Just coming out like water.
Always. Is there nothing? It's just air.
Oh, God.
Why is there nothing? But yeah, so my method would be the 9/11. I only because I just can't really pinpoint any specific. You could probably go 7, or was it 7/9, or what's the other one?
What?
That's a few years down the line, 2008, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or wasn't it 2007?
Or the London bombing.
7.
7/7, yeah. July 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah,
London bombings.
that's a bit long to wait. There's nothing I feel like I could convince them there and then.
I feel
Without
like
me
a
sounding like a
lot of
mad
people
kid.
would choose not to try and avert those things and just quietly make money instead. Like, I really do. I think if there's a person... I've got a couple of theories. The happiest person in existence wouldn't bother telling anyone that they're the happiest person in existence. So there's probably somebody out there who's the happiest person in existence.
Who's travelled back
I
in
don't
time.
feel like I would have the power or contacts
No.
to change anything.
You do
'Cause
have
it's-
access to making money.
One is in America, for one. I don't have any way to convince. I don't think you could convince your parents to start making phone calls to like FBI or whoever's in charge and make any
Believed.
changes.
Yeah.
Go, oh, my son seems to think that there's going to be some sort of terrorist attack. That probably happens all the time. And they're like, your son's bad. Just take him out of school and get rid of him. Oh, okay, thank you. He's wanking like a chimp. He's jacking it like a chimp all the time.
Two things. My son
Yes,
keeps
that'll
telling
be-
me about terrorist attacks and he won't stop masturbating even though he's
And
10.
so you're saying he's a 34-year-old in a 10-year-old's body? Yeah, but he's wanking all the time. No,
My son's concerned.
that's exactly what I would have done.
He's a self-pedo.
Peter. He only loves himself.
10-year-old Ross is like, I can't touch myself. It's wrong.
It's
no,
wrong.
Ross, it's perfectly natural. It's wrong.
It's wrong.
Telling you.
I looked in the mirror earlier when I got out of the shower. Am I going to prison?
It's an odd and confusing time for all of us. I'm just trying to persuade my parents what night happened at 9/11.
Why haven't I got any hair in my balls, Mum?
There's a weird moral quandary of a 34-year-old going through puberty again.
Is that what's weird about
Well,
it?
because then you've got a hit on
You've got
girls that are
an adult
14,
mind.
15.
Oh,
again.
that is
You're
a
gonna
bit
be
of a weird moral
and
quandary,
at that stage, you're going to be almost 40. That's fucking...
And love and light.
It's a pedo's dream. It's a pedo's fantasy. But...
Is that the title of this podcast?
No.
Pedo
It
paradise.
won't do very well in the search terms. It's not going to do very well in the search terms. Maybe the fact that we've even said it has ruined any
Yeah,
chances of this getting seen
probably.
anywhere else. None of you know us from anywhere else. You've seen us from Hat Films and that's it.
Come
We
on.
get it. Anyway.
Should we go into the next hypothetical?
Yeah, let's do the
But
next.
what was yours? Mine was 9/11. What you didn't say?
What?
How you would persuade your parents.
I said...
I said I was in a long game, 3 years. When that happens, I hope they believe me. If they don't, I'm fucked.
1998, my nan dies. So,
Oh,
like,
so you can
this
predict
year, she's going to snuff it. Dead.
Oh, she's looking at
And
it.
I know
she's
what it's
looking
gonna
at it
be
anyway,
and how
mate. Oh, so you can be really descriptive.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, you're going to go to this hospital, and you might not want to go in the room at that time.
Okay.
And then she'll be devastated, and also living with the fact that there's a 34-year-old in a 10-year-old body. So
Yeah.
2 traumas.
Sick.
Your son's very mature for his age. Yeah, he's 34. No, he's not though.
It's not
He's
those,
10.
10 years old.
No, he's 34. Oh, it doesn't matter. He explained to me, and I believe him
I hope he's telling the truth.
Okay.
Otherwise, he is a psycho.
because I feel like the parents, if they explain that to anyone else, will then be treated poorly by establishments and probably not taken seriously and given probably maybe quite a lot of medication to forget.
Possibly. I
don't
think eventually your parents would just start believing you once you start pointing out certain things.
Yeah, but we've all seen these documentaries where people are like, "Oh no, yeah, Clive over there, he's 50 years old, he's 20."
I haven't seen the documentary.
No, but like weird
that Benjamin
American
Button?
documentaries.
Are you talking about
and
Benjamin Button again?
And UFOs came and picked him up and did stuff to his butthole.
And then filled his ass with concrete.
I think
That's
so
why
long
he's
as
stuck
you
on the
can just-
ground over there.
As long as people can just poo-poo it, it's like, it's just a crazy family. They think their kid is an
Yeah.
adult.
Well, that's because until now everyone has been crazy, but this time
Is real.
It's like, oh, the 10-year-old over the road
that's
just
how
put
you
shitloads
downplay
of
it.
stock into Apple.
If you start
It's
getting
weird.
attention, or like your parents start gossiping
Yeah.
to their workmates or whatever, it's like, my son, I think, is actually 34 and a 10-year-old
Yeah.
body.
Why
If
is
it
that?
gets
Well, he's
back-
playing the stock market and he bought something called Bitcoin. Even though I don't know what that is. I've never heard of such a thing. Is it even... No. Actually, that would be in 2007.
He refuses to use dial-up and he wants to skip to this new tech, which is like 256K.
Keeps complaining there's
DSL
no
router.
internet. What's an internet? There's so many things that, it would just be a whole mess of confusion. But a very interesting thought project that we'll never find out if we can actually do such a thing. How would you do it? I don't know.
Let us know
I don't know where they're going to tell us.
on Patreon
On Patreon, that's nice.
or in the YouTube comments if you're watching the video.
Or in the YouTube.
Wait, does the
comments. Please do.
34-year-old version of your mind kill the 10-year-old version of the mind you
Replaced
just
it.
transferred?
You
I
to?
just
guess it would
replaced it,
replace
yeah.
it, right?
So you've just killed a 10-year-old.
Yeah, you killed a 10-year-old. It's
But it's
you. The
you.
spirit of you is dead.
Would you do that if you had a 10-year-old kid and you knew that the 34-year-old them could teleport back?
The way you can transport into other 10-year-olds' minds by killing them. You have to
You
extract,
inhabit their
you have to
body.
extract their brain.
Dead now.
Like Sylar from
Everything
Yeah,
we do.
literally. Like,
Yeah, but it's yourself, right? So you're just preventing a dupe and therefore a
it's
wrinkle in
surely
time
you'd
travel.
rather do that because if you're killing yourself, it's like kind of all on you, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, if you had,
It's
what I'm
like
saying,
it's
as
like
a parent,
I mean, do you think Hugh Jackman was thinking the same in the film Prestige? Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen it yet, fuck you.
Wow.
But I don't think he felt guilty. If anything, he was brutally killing us. Drownings.
Yeah.
Ugh, horrible. The worst way. Imagine watching a man drown every night just for what? Applause? Money? Financial gain? Crazy.
So would you?
How much money? How much applause?
that's the reveal, isn't it?
A whole new life.
It's all part of an act.
Anyway, next hypothetical.
Next hypothetical is number 2. It says here, you've just been crowned monarch of the United Kingdom. How do you ruin the crown's reputation so badly that the UK decides to become a republic? Well, obviously, it's quite difficult, as we found, I guess, fairly recently.
I sent Prince Andrew on an 18 to 30s holiday.
Again, I don't think that would do it.
You don't think that would do it?
I mean,
They got so much staff.
there's so
and
much evidence
media
of him doing what he
control.
did,
Yeah.
and it's just been swept very swiftly under
You'd
a
have to go
carpet. And I'm
harder
just like,
than
what the
that.
fuck?
Harder than Prince Andrew.
I think the king,
Publicly television.
you,
televised.
would have to do something so outlandish that
Yeah.
would ruin the reputation of the royals permanently.
Assault the Queen
Great.
while she's doing. No, oh, she's dead. Is she dead in this scenario?
Yeah.
You've been
I mean,
crowned monarch.
You're crowned the monarch.
I would make all of the palace staff take out all of the furniture, and then just they're the furniture now. So I live
okay.
I live in a palace of human
Again, I feel like
furniture.
that's
So you-
still quite passable.
You'd
You think
walk it
people
back.
would be okay with that?
I think people would just be like, oh, I'd love to do that.
We'd
What
love
a
it.
lavish living. It was like Squid Game.
It is like Squid Game.
They'll say.
You could probably just like invite all the presidents and prime ministers and world leaders over and just do some really stupid shit.
Like just mushroom slam
in
every
front
single one of them.
Just start, just like plumbing up your asshole with your hands and yeah, fucking look at this, I'm king. Start just like shoveling in your butthole. It's like, this is really uncouth.
This is extreme.
The words uncouth come to mind. It's like, well, you've never seen a
and just
member of royal
crying,
family
sucking
shoveling
your
his
thumb.
hands.
Plumbing your asshole, crying and sucking your thumb, saying, "Mummy, come back, mummy."
Come back.
You also have to
It's
ruin.
horrible, really ruining yourself as
You
well.
could be ousted individually because you
Yeah.
seem insane,
Right.
And therefore,
We're trying to take down the whole
yeah,
royal
you
family.
want to start listing them off and starting like kind of saying they've done all these horrible things. I mean, maybe there's evidence for those things anyway, so you can be like, well, I know this so and so's done this, so Beatrice, guess what she's fucking done, and then start really listing them off, throw all of them under the bus, and then just do something really horrible on television. I mean, just executing someone live.
Just chuck one of the royal babies off of that big balcony.
Yeah, how fucking crazy would it be? They do those.
just doing the royal wave.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, so it's another royal wedding. There's millions of people watching, and you're just there, just haha, very good. Hey, yes, very good, very good. Fuck the royals, am I right? And it's just wow,
Come here, George.
He's a king. He's allowed to. All hail the king. Oh my God.
King.
Where's the line for these people?
Yeah, maybe you try and throw out the House of Commons or something crazy like that and go back to a
You just run in there and start taking charge, yeah.
Do you have any sort of powers like that anymore?
I think I would hire like the Big Show to start like beating people up for me.
He's got real gammy legs.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't.
Who's big now? Sorry, I saw a clip of him 20 years
What's
ago.
wrong with his legs?
He's just like really big, and I think he's got issues with his.
It's called The Big Show.
I know, yeah.
Not the Gammy Show.
His legs.
Who's current in the wrestling world that would be my
big?
Be my fight slave?
Who's a big juicer? What about the Mountain from Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
We'll get the Mountain from Game of Thrones.
He's like
And
genuinely strong.
I will storm into the Commons and he'll start just taking faces, slamming them into
Ripping people's
lecterns.
faces off.
He'll be like, yeah, he'll theatrically beat them up.
Why don't you stand up in front of Parliament and tell them to send their champion?
Through the tables.
Wow, he's beating them up. He's doing this for real though. This is real.
Speaker. He's just mashing his face into the side of the lectern. I think that you could maybe like go into the Houses of Parliament whilst it's in session and ask them to like call their champion, and then they have to fight the Mountain.
Game of Thrones it.
Yeah. Who is your champion?
Do you install a moon door as well?
Theresa May is stepping forwards. This is very bizarre.
The Iron Lady
Of course, she former Prime Minister Theresa May is trying to fight the Mountain from Game of Thrones, and she's been thrown across. She is dead. She died immediately on contact with that wall at the back. Any other takers?
He just punched her once and she died.
Can I volunteer that guy? Dominic Raab. Get that fucker. Someone, please.
I've been bullying people. Bully this.
Investigate me. No, Big Show. It's not Big Show.
It's the Big Show.
No, it's the Mountain.
Let him come to you.
He's not steady on his legs.
He's not steady. Very top heavy.
Wow. I mean, the reputation would be ruined, but I think the entertainment level would be
High.
much higher. And
People would
also,
love it.
quite
This sounds
cathartic.
like,
if anything, you need to go to like a kids' hospital, start pulling in plugs.
Oh my god.
Well, that's really that's destroying reputations there.
But again,
the new king just started pulling
How do we
life
take
support
down the
machines.
whole monarchy?
Yeah, you would just get ousted.
Private plane.
The royals would be like, sorry, he was crazy. We've now got...
Are we trying to kill them all, or are we just trying to ruin their reputation?
We want to ruin...
What we just set up a game show where they have to make it's like Takeshi's Castle, but they have to like do some very devastating things to like kind of innocent
Windsor Castle.
But yeah, so it's in Windsor Castle.
Windsor Castle.
And they have to do devastating things.
Charles.
So this kid who's
Welcome back to Windsor Castle.
This kid who's got a devastating illness here. You've got to pit them against his child, and then
Prince Harry and an Apache.
they have to choose. They have to do a Sophie's choice, and then it falls back on them.
What if it's called Windsor Castle and the last person left Windsor Castle?
Oh, nice.
And that's like the whole like.
But no one
gimmick.
ever wins.
No one ever wins
really
because Harry
yeah.
always wins in his Apache gunship.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's Harry.
All right, so you got a go-kart, and he's got an Apache.
You're never going to beat him. He's ruined. most of the
Hellfire!
tech.
Get down! Get down where?
Exactly.
So there you go. That's various ways to ruin.
So you would almost get the public behind you because it would be like I'm a celebrity, get me out of here kind of morbid curiosity of like, this is a really good game show. It's really bad, but it's so entertaining.
It should shine a light on, I guess, the morals of these people in the royal family. And it will mostly be a kind of like a rich person versus the average person, really. And then
Hunger Games style.
And it's just like, oh fuck, these rich people are really fucking shit. And when you see it for yourself, it suddenly becomes a lot more visceral and real, rather than just being that way, and we're just kind of shrugging it off in real life.
Yeah.
I do love the latest season of The Crown, though. It's very well made.
Does it have
Diana
Apaches?
looking good in there?
No, she's not hot. She wasn't hot in real life.
Oh my god!
I know that's
all that charity work made her hot.
Oh, all those mines she found.
All those mines she's digging
another
up.
one. I wish she'd just made a bit of lingerie out of diffused mines. You know, like
I
one ear,
wish.
one ear, one ear.
Yeah.
If
I were 10 years old again,
if I were 10,
she'd be dead still. She's 97.
Wow.
Yeah. Again, 9 years old.
Right. Yeah. I remember that on the TV.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. No, I was playing a Scalextrics. I think I told you.
Yeah.
And
Did it crash?
My brothers broke it.
It didn't.
They broke it. The cars.
Bastards. Were you more devastated by that?
Honestly, yes.
Yeah. It's relative,
Also, I was
isn't it?
9 years old, for God's sake.
Quick question about being an insane monarchist, inviting world leaders over and then doing heinous acts on or to them.
Yeah.
How do you think the security? I imagine they'd have really good security detail for each world leader.
I think that They would, but once you're in the room,
Mount the mountain, yeah. How are you fighting the mountain?
Yeah, but what did they do? Like, they've got one world leader attacking your world leader. Do they have the right, or what's in their training? Do they take out the other world leader?
who? What, the security system?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe, but I mean, like, I think it would probably be quite a lot like Pokemon. So, like, Prince Charles shouts, "Tiny sausage finger attack!" And then,
Look at those tiny fuckers!
Fires them.
Oh, look at those fuckers! Get away from me!
and all of them are like, "No!"
Good God!
Yeah, and then like the Crown Prince is there, and he's like, "Pocket sand."
Pocket sand. Nice.
So I imagine they try and defuse it, right? Because if you kill a world leader, that's a world war.
That's pretty.
I don't think it is.
It depends if it's your own.
Could be.
Well, yeah, but I guess so. If it's in your own, if it's your own country, it's just. If the king decides to, execute whoever who's prime minister now, it's hard to keep up.
Who's the prime minister?
One of the 4 in the last year.
Rishi Sunak.
Rishi Sunak. Yeah.
All right. How about instead of
Charles comes in and kicks his face in.
it's not the UK involved. The UK instead lures 2 world leaders into a gladiatorial pit and makes them fight to the death.
Cage fight.
Man,
What does
Hell in a
security,
Cell.
that'd be crazy.
what does security do to that?
They get in the cell with the Hardy brothers.
But who's defending what?
The Hardy brothers.
They're like the
are
AI
defending.
around the outside who are
Again,
fighting as well.
One's in rehab right now, and the other one is not. as healthy
Tell me
as
the
they-
Hardy bros aren't.
They're
We
not
haven't
currently-
caught
All right, we're like
Just
really
saying, like,
far
need to
back.
know- I don't-
Triple H.
He's
Triple H almost died.
Steve
because of
McMahon?
Serious.
he got tongued, didn't he?
Steve McMahon. Well, Vince McMahon stepped out. I mean, again, he's no longer
Vince McMahon.
Yeah, Vince
Next,
McMahon.
you're gonna tell me Hulk
Is Vince
Hogan
McMahon
don't
the
throw
old
down
dude?
anymore.
he doesn't.
Hogan, yeah.
What about
Let's throw Ozzy Osbourne in there. He's not a wrestler.
Ozzy Osbourne?
He's been
Yeah.
seen recently, hasn't
Sharon!
he? Hobbling around.
Get
Just
out,
hammer.
Sharon!
Sharon, I've ruined my brain with drugs.
Get out, Sharon, get me out of here.
Sharon, if you had another boob job, you keep getting younger, Sharon. What's the secret?
Why don't you share it with me? I'm getting older.
Please, they want to do TLC next week. Tables, ladders, and chairs.
I'm a wrestler now.
Sharon, I'm a wrestler.
Cage fights.
Apparently, Kelly Osbourne's pregnant as well. There's a lot going on
Oh, drama.
in that world.
Yeah, we're very fixed in the early 2000s, aren't we? No, yes, it would be quite a dramatic
all
situation.
I want to know is like what's going through the mind of a security person of a world leader
They're trying to fight.
when another world leader is attacking their world leader. Like,
I think
what do they
I think
do?
the other security team that start fighting them, so they're in a separate fight. They've pinched off to their own little fights.
Right.
Obviously they want to beat the other one so they can get to their world leader to save
Yeah.
them. And then I think that's
Hand
how
grenades.
it unfolds. And then if they manage to save them, then they can join in and pile on the world leader that's losing. It's going to be
Makes sense.
brutal.
They choose the weakest.
It's going to be brutal.
They choose.
What
the
if we
weakest.
did?
Is it like PUBG but with world leaders?
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
I found an AK on the floor of Windsor Castle.
We could just give them that kind of what's that idea where you have to split off the train track.
The trolley
Yeah.
problem.
So you get like Princess Anne or something to be like, all right, well, there's 1,000 orphans or one of your
Or
daughters.
Prince Philip.
And it's like, well, I choose my daughter, obviously. Well, you killed 1,000 orphans on live television. And then it's like,
Oh, it's
what the
real.
fuck? She killed 1,000 orphans? And then everyone gets like really riled up. And then
How many corgis do you think it would take strapped to your body to stop a bullet?
I think it would take it, what,
Quite a few.
lined up?
Layered.
Yeah, like
I don't know,
like
it
a
depends
stack
on
of hot dogs.
What's the caliber of bullet?
9 mil.
I don't think it would take that many then.
No.
I think one, because doesn't it kind of like split off in the
If
body?
it hits a bone,
There's like
2 then. I'll take 2, please.
2 corgis would be enough
2
to stop a
corgis
bullet.
just in the chest.
That's all you would take.
How thick
I'd like
would
more.
ballistic gel have to be to stop a
Practicality.
9 mil?
Pretty thick.
Like this thick, like a
Yeah.
brick
Yeah.
width.
It really does depend what it hits. If it hits
Is
a
a
bone, it
corgi
might divert
similar
the
to
bullet. Huh?
Is a corgi similar to ballistic
No,
gel?
I don't think it's as dense.
No, but
It's
yeah.
got bones though.
No, but yeah. What is
but
this, Little
yeah.
Britain?
Yeah, but no. Because sometimes
I reckon 3.
using a body as because you've seen it obviously in films, but like using a body as a shield just does seem silly
It doesn't work.
because you're like, well, I'm behind it. It went through soft tissue and it hit me because I'm soft tissue
Yeah, and
also.
all the shrapnel explode in their body.
And this guy
now
isn't
got
wearing
the-
armor, so I'm fucked.
You know,
Yeah.
even cars don't stop bullets. Like
No,
people, when they
of
hide
course.
behind cars, it
Car doors, yeah.
very
It's just
rarely stops a
thin
bullet.
aluminium.
Whoa, I played Division
Plates.
2. It does.
Yeah, and also in Division
that's
2,
true.
people have health bars.
Yeah.
Well, you can't see mine.
God, you know
always
what? I
look at
go
mine.
home every night. I play Division 2. I play Anthem. There
Yeah,
are so many top
he's on
tier
his own.
games that just fucking died and disappeared, didn't they?
Yeah. Division made another one. They made 2.
They did. They did, and I don't know anyone who plays them. You know, there was that other Siege game. Remember that Siege game that
Yeah, we played it.
Oh, with the aliens.
Yeah.
Is that launched
Nobody
yet?
plays it anymore.
Has it been launched? We played
It was
like
basically
2
a
games.
DLC for the main game.
Yeah. But it's like its own thing on the Ubisoft
Yeah.
launch, and I just completely forgot it existed until the other day, and I was like looking through, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I mean, it's going to happen though. Games come and go.
And as a 10-year-old
shit enough, they
with a
won't
34-year-old
survive.
mind, you know not to invest in those games
Good
early.
point. What would you? So you've got, let's say you've got £5,000. Your parents are putting a little bank aside for you. What are you?
Child
you
savings
can.
account.
Your mum's like, oh, you can put in one stock. Which stock are you going to choose?
Or
Apple.
1997.
Amazon.
Did Apple exist?
Yeah.
Did Amazon exist?
Apple. Yeah, Apple's like late 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they bought
Or mid
Pixar.
80s.
Quite-
So I think Apple would have already been looking pretty good by then.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's better now. So either option
I
is still
think
good.
getting in at that in 1998 would
But
be
Amazon,
a very
I think,
good
would be
option. Amazon
even better,
would be pretty
right?
good.
When was Amazon formed, though? That was late 90s, wasn't it?
I think it was in the 90s. Yeah.
Do we know in chat? Anyone know?
Amazon founded
He's just finding out.
date
He's
1994, I think.
ooh, brilliant.
But then it wasn't
Mummy.
necessarily floated publicly.
£5,000 all in there.
No, so you may
As
not
soon
have
as
been
it's
able to
available,
invest in it.
please. For the love of God, they're going to be a Goliath.
Mummy!
Mummy, invest! Invest my stocks, Mummy!
I ripped my dick off accidentally!
What's going on in the news?
You
I'm
could,
worried. You're 10 years old.
You could cutely, as a 10-year-old, worm your
Cutely.
way cutely towards Jeff Bezos, consume him, or kill him, destroy him, and
Shave your head and make yourself a mini-me of him.
Yeah, and
I
then
don't think I
say,
could run a company at 10, though. Even if I have got a brain of a 34-year-old.
Okay,
I couldn't run it now, let's be honest. I can't run this.
Trap him, and then use his smarts, but keep him restrained, and be the best.
Stop him from becoming the strong man he is today.
Yeah.
The strong, bald man he is.
I want champagne!
Champagne! Champagne!
Shut up!
This guy's saying
Shut
something
up,
poignant
I'm
about
completely
this
detached
traveling
from
to
the fucking
space.
terrible things I'm doing to the world, and I just ignore it.
Well, I think this is quite a profound moment for me. All of humanity's in.
Shut your mouth!
Champagne! I want champagne! I'm a stupid fuck!
Yeah, it's of
Shut up,
course.
Shatner! Shut up! Let's get champagne!
Immediately after he got out of his rocket, Shatner was saying something poignant about being in space and how much it meant to him. And then
He had a real epiphany,
Bezos was just
moment.
like, bring the champagne over. Stop what you're saying. Champagne. Yeah, I want me too. Me too. Come on.
Me too!
Very weird moment. Very funny clip, though. So we got some fun out of it.
Sort of, and also just even more existential dread, but you know.
Didn't Shannon make an article saying how
did.
like devastating it was
Yeah.
kind of seeing such like blackness in space and how we should really be treating our planet better, but we're not because of
outside
companies
it's
like
so hostile.
Amazon.
Outside of our own planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, lol. Get
Fun.
everyone into space and give them some perspective. There should be a punishment of people that are just really selfish.
Yeah.
Just shoot them into space, show them how fragile little blue dot is,
Yeah.
and then hopefully they have a big shift. And if not, they don't come back.
It's interesting. You talk about how fragile the blue dot is because number 3
Yeah.
covers that.
Sweet.
Number
Whoa,
3
hold on, just quickly, I've just had
Whoa.
some stats come in.
Oh, shit.
5k of Apple stock in 1998 would only be worth 100k today.
Was it really?
Not much, is it?
What about Amazon? Can you do Amazon?
Do Amazon a Tribe Called Stretch?
Whilst I read this next hypothetical
How long does it take to like grow? Because surely you could take it out. and put
5k
it
to
back in.
100k is still pretty sexy, but obviously
You want
Not life-changing.
not life-changing.
Probably
no.
Bitcoin had a bigger rise than
Yeah.
that, but you'd have to wait until
Still, I'm 10 years old. I need to get hold of the capital. That's the real
That's the
difficult
big
thing. It's
problem.
like also then persuading parents to give me the money. This is what I'm talking about. I'm
It
talking
would all
about
have to be in there.
and also I didn't have access to $5,000 and
No.
10, so
I had like a child savings of like £500.
I think it was.
when I was
Yeah,
I had 20
something like- I
quid.
think it was 500 quid actually. Like you get yourself a car when you're old enough.
I didn't.
I did. Renault 5, £500 exactly. 30,000 on the clock.
That's quite good.
It was really good. It was just stuck in a granny's garage for a
Nice.
long time, and they were like, "Oh, she's selling it. Lovely, beautiful." Until someone,
Did it run?
yeah,
Did you crash
it
it?
drove. No, someone drove into the back of me. Some estate just hit the back of my car because I
What, wrote it off?
stopped and wrote it off because it was too expensive to fix.
That's sad.
Because the chassis was ruined, and they were like, "Oh, it's going to cost you a lot more to fix than it was to buy it." I was like, "Yeah, that makes sense to me."
Nightmare. But let's talk
Anyway,
about hypothetical.
Hypothetical.
situations,
So
not real
hypothetical
ones.
is you find out that an asteroid 100 kilometers wide is headed for the Earth. You have 6 months. What do you do? 6 months now, you've just been told. I mean, I guess you could apply that to anything, because is 100 kilometers wide a complete world destroyer? Do you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's...
Yeah, let's say it is.
It's pretty wide, but like it could, if you're on the opposite side, you might...
Does everyone know this? Does everyone know this? Or just you?
Well, there's coming... if
it's obvious. It's in the sky.
Because the whole... You're not going to be able to do the things you want to do if everyone knows.
I mean, it's just don't look up, isn't it? This is Don't Look Up.
This is Don't Look Up.
This is Don't Look Up. And if you want to see what people would do, watch that film. Because I think it's pretty accurate.
Although scientists recently didn't they blow up an asteroid? Or they did something.
They diverted.
They diverted it somehow.
Yeah.
What did they do for that?
Fired something at it.
They fired a satellite into it.
Nice.
To see. It was for science.
For fun, shits and giggles. They're just playing games of asteroids out there.
That's what they tell us. They're like, oh no, it's just for fun, just to see if we could do it. We could do it, yay! Not the fact that this was a dry run from the fact they've already detected another asteroid further out, and they have to test this technology on closer asteroids for when we need to do it.
That's how they do it, though.
How big's the
They're not going to tell us. Why would they tell us? We would stop working, the economy would die, we would all die, but from our own fucking doing.
Well, joke's on them. The economy died anyway.
Yes, it's
100 kilometers. The one that killed the dinosaurs was estimated to be roughly 10 and 15 kilometers.
Fuck that.
So this is
a real world. This is going through the Earth. Crumble.
Destroy the planet.
Well, I guess it doesn't really matter what you do for the next 6 months. If anything, I'd try to live a nice and calm life with people I love.
I go do lots of stuff.
Yeah.
With the
we'll probably stop making videos and podcasts. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Just because we'd be doing other things. Yeah. I think we'd be like, well,
there's no point archiving.
This is now precious time that we should be spending with our loved ones. Giving your nan a hug.
She's dead.
I'll give your nan a hug. Wait, no. You can give my nan a hug.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Rent a nan.
She's lovely.
Rent a nan. No, I do it for free. It was 6 months. Why you want money?
Oh, don't go too crazy on
rent your nan.
Don't just go too crazy on her. You got a nan?
Yeah.
I'll hug your nan.
I got two.
I'll hug both of them. Anyway, 6 months. Yeah,
we've all got our own individual meteors coming for us, though. You never know. Like it only takes.
You mean we're going to get assassinated?
Well, no, I just mean that like something is going to kill
bullets.
You. Yeah.
But like you don't know when that's coming. So really, you should try and live every day as if it's your last 6 months.
Still got to work.
It's just difficult, isn't it? It's difficult to do that.
Yeah.
To live like every day as your last 6 months.
It's hard to reconcile.
Yeah, because then you also don't really make plans for the future, and it's kind of like, well, do I invest in this product or do I buy a house?
Well, they say that winning the lottery is
in a van and hope that I don't die in 6 months.
Living in a van sucks. I wouldn't.
Looks like it sucks.
Especially in England.
What if it's got like a gaming setup?
They say that winning the lottery, winning a jackpot, is less likely than being hit by a meteor, and I haven't won the jackpot yet, so I feel safe.
Won a couple of quid.
Yeah.
Here and there.
I get a couple of lucky dips now and then.
Which goes straight back into it, though.
Yeah, I know.
Because then why not?
Oh, yeah.
I'm feeling lucky.
Occasional fiver.
They call it a not lucky dip.
I think it's a tenner, yeah. You get like 4 in a row, is it?
Just buy premium bonds.
I did.
Didn't work out?
Oh, they yielded all right. Not much. Like 25 quid every 5 months, 6 months.
Oh.
It's like,
I hope you spat in it, set the 25 quid on fire and then posted it back to them.
It's more than you get in interest now, just sat in a bank, though.
Well, it depends on the account, but yeah.
Bloody hell. But would you be worried about premium bonds if you're going to die in 6 months?
6 months, yeah.
Well, the planet's destroyed.
None of it matters.
There will be loads of people who just deny it's going to happen. And I'll be with them. Yeah. Because I'll be like, oh, let's not think about if it happens, it's going to happen. We shouldn't. If anything, I'd rather find about that 2 seconds before it happens than 6 months.
You know, 6 months before.
So it's just like, oh fuck, I don't have to panic for 6 months. I get to just die now. Embrace it. And be like, we're all
Maybe
together.
that's what the scientists were doing. They were testing whether or not they could move it. They did, but then they realised when they got the data back, it doesn't move enough. We can't move one of this mass.
It's going to clip us.
Let's just not tell anyone.
Because announcing it is just going to cause pandemonium.
And then again, what does it matter?
But again, to be honest, this is kind of akin to not going to the doctors because you don't want to be told you're dying.
It is and it isn't. Like,
but you can be
if you're rational in this reality, you still, I guess, if something's hurting you, you'll go to the doctor and go, I don't want this pain anymore, it's hurting me, and then you go check it out.
And but this is unresolvable, I suppose.
This is unresolvable.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And also it's a shared experience.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
like a festival experience.
It's a festival experience. Everyone's having a great time. Everyone's together.
Everyone's drinking WKDs.
It's like we were all in the pandemic together. We got a shared experience in a way.
Well,
even though we're all apart.
I literally lived on my own for 2 years.
I'd form a gluttony guild.
A gluttony guild, yeah, let's feasts.
I'd just be wearing robes, eating whatever I want, do whatever I want.
It's not a guild, it's a cult. Yeah. There are robes involved.
It's a guild.
But if everyone knows about it, there's going to be no service industry.
Guilds get badges, cults get robes.
If we find out about it, we'll keep it to ourselves and we'll just order delivery.
Yeah.
So the this delivery driver, I'll tip him loads because fuck it.
He doesn't know it's going to be worth.
He's like, wow, he's tipped £1,000.
Thanks, man.
Amazing. Enjoy it. You're not going to spend it because we're all dead. 6 months later,
TV really quick.
yeah, 6 months later, we're completely broke. We're like, it was a joke.
It's a fucking joke.
We've just wasted all our money on delivery
tips.
and we're all really heavy.
And all these delivery riders are all like rolling around on these.
Should we get a curry?
Nice bikes.
Let's get a curry. Fuck it.
Have you seen how well dressed the delivery riders are in Bristol?
It's like the year 2000 and the great data.
Oh yes,
the Millennium Bug.
Millennium Bug, yeah.
Everyone.
My microwave's not going to work momentarily until I change the clock.
When
Oh,
what
wait.
actually happened was, beep, just ticked over. Oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
My computer still works. My
It's
phone
totally
still
fine.
works.
Shit.
Actually, 2000. Did I have a phone? Don't think I did.
I think I was
I might have had a Sendo.
a Sendo.
Yeah, a little Sendo. It was my first.
Sorry
time.
if I just spat on you. That I've never heard of a Sendo
Sendo. Have
before.
you not heard of the brand Sendo?
No.
Ah,
I've-
it was an
You heard of a
okay
Sendo,
phone.
Craig? Craig's heard of a
Ah,
Sendo.
You had a Sendo?
He had a Sendo.
If you had a Sendo, please let us know in the comments below.
I went straight to Nokia.
You son of a
had
bitch, you rich
Philips.
piece of shit.
Yeah, I was the first
I was
guy to have
desperate
Snake.
for a 3310 because I want a Snake so I can
Fucking Snake.
anything to.
Oh, let's play Snake. Let's play Snake for a bit.
Come on, mate.
Come on, mate.
I
I've got my
got a high
battery
score on
low.
your phone. Oh, you fucking. You stupid prick. I was trying to get the high score.
What was the good Nokia 32?
3310.
3310 was like the go.
That's the one
32
that you can use to build houses with now. It's a solid.
Yeah,
piece.
but the
It really
3210
support-
had Snake on it as well.
Yeah,
The
that was Snake
3210
1.
Yeah.
Then 3330, I think, was like, oh shit.
3210 had a quite sexy shape to it.
Yeah, it was like a.
It was a bit bigger than the
3310 was a little chunky.
It was much
and
better design.
Good we had vibrations, which was another like we go, oh wow, this motherfucker's vibrating. But still, it's just
And then you got that badass
Pithy compared
Matrix
to what?
phone.
oh the flip. What the
Didn't have that.
the razor
Down.
or the other one?
No, the other one.
That I feel like that died really quickly after.
It's because it like kept
Matrix.
breaking.
Because
My
that,
friend's
that
dad
wasn't
had
even
one.
a voice piece, was it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
It actually had a mic on the
yeah,
bottom.
it did, and they used like these like metal runners to make it work,
And they
but
just got
it
stuck.
just kept breaking because it's super fragile.
Because dust got into it.
It looked fucking cool.
Yeah, and I'd make you a razor. Those are classic.
Yeah,
Little, those are good.
They came out again with
Great
them.
phones. I know.
I don't
they
think
did,
many
yeah.
people bought them.
No,
And
they
you-
really want people to buy those flippy or the
Foldable screens.
phones, but
It's
they
3D.
just look horrible.
It's the 3D of our. I think eventually bendable screens will be great, but
I'm
right
glad
now,
that they're trying things. But
yeah, not as a mass
I'm
market
not-
product.
No, it just everyone seems to just complain that eventually you
They're
get a
great.
horrible,
Yeah,
dirty,
yeah.
dusty line in the
Yeah.
middle of your phone, and it's like,
Yeah.
God. But yeah. Anyway, early 2000s again. I don't know where the train of thought was gone, but yeah,
This is Hat Chat. This is what
this
they
is
expect.
where it goes. And anyway, yeah, so we'll just be living it up for 6 months, hoping nobody else finds out. But if everyone
Living
knows,
large.
it's going to be chaos for every single person. Facilities won't work. Electricity will go down. Water won't be working. Everyone's gone
yeah.
home to be with their families, but they realize, guess what we need? Facilities and
Shit.
services. And so people will volunteer. Go on.
If you spent 5k on Amazon during their initial price offering, it'd be worth 8 million today.
That's perfect.
Amazon.
That's where I went, and that's what I'd be rolling around in my
Invest
30s.
in Amazon, not Apple.
I'm an 8 millionaire. Go fuck yourselves. I went in my brain as a 10, from a 34-year-old to a 10-year-old.
And I killed the 10-year-old as soon as I entered his brain.
And then the
It's
first question they ask is, "Did you ever wank?" I'm like, God, no. Oh, me? No.
No.
Oh, no.
I'm 34 in a
I wouldn't
10-year-old
have
body. I
done
would
that.
never do that.
There's
What are
a
you trying
really
to
cool
imply?
sci-fi show called Travelers that got cancelled, which I'm
Right.
really sad about because it had the guy from Will and Grace in it, Will from Will and Grace. He was really good in it. A bunch of other people. Travelers. It was like 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. Basically, the future's fucked. There's no water left, and they send people back. But the only way they can do it is by sending them consciousnesses back into other people's bodies.
Oh,
but
shit,
to make it
I realised this,
ethical, they find people who are dying. Like, so they look in the historical records and go, "This person died on this
Right,
moment."
okay.
So they send them back in the point of death to make it ethical, which I think is really
Does it
cool.
not just die immediately, or they?
They sort of like this, like they hear the sound and they're like, "Ah!"
It's
and
like
then-
the Agent Smith.
yeah, it really is. Yeah.
I'm actually
What's
fine.
interesting is one of them, they fuck it up and they send somebody back into the body of a heroin addict.
Oh fuck.
So like the guy was meant to die from a heroin overdose.
Blasted.
He doesn't. And so now this new consciousness is having to deal with a body that's addicted to heroin.
Fuck.
It's a really cool show. I'm so sad they cancelled it. Travelers.
4 or 5 seasons.
Maybe we get the
of it.
royal families to all just shoot up on TV.
Yeah.
I think the nation's opinion of them would change.
Yeah.
What, the royal family doing H?
Yeah.
Doing a bag of skag?
They're all just like slapping their fucking arms.
Come on, Harry.
Come on, Harry. I can't find the vein.
Harry, take off that.
It's this blue light in here. The blue light. Change the lighting, please.
Take off that nasty.
Change the lighting. I want to
Harry,
shoot
are
up.
you wearing that costume again?
I'm trying to shoot up Granny.
Mummy.
Help Charles with his fingers.
Sorry.
Help Charles with this. You can't shoot up.
He's got no dexterity left. They're all fully sausage.
He doesn't have joints.
We'll all get like it one day. They all raise their hands. Semi-sausage. It goes up enough.
So it's okay, Daddy. I'll help you out. And he's there. Harry's there, tying off Prince Charles and like shooting him out. Is that enough? Oh no, too much.
No. Oh, no, not all of it. That was for all of us.
Oh, that was a family syringe.
And this is all aired.
It's a family
like
pack.
a public service announcement. This is just a fly-on-the-wall shot of this entire scene happening.
Yeah.
The whole
This cuts
family.
in on all
No, that's a
cameras.
family dosage.
No, that's too
Oh, you've done it wrong.
You've OD'd. Get the Narcan. Get the Narcan. He's OD'd.
No. We've got our own medical team on site. It's okay.
So they were too busy researching how many corgis it takes to stop a bullet.
They're shaking it. Bloody not again.
Not again.
Wait, we changed
Come
medical
here,
team into our
Charles.
furniture. Oh no. Anyway,
Well, he's certainly sweating now.
this has been our hat chat
Gross.
for today. I can only apologise.
Princess Anne's
quite a lot of
fiending for
themes.
H again.
Quite a lot of grotesque themes today.
Shocking.
Hey, if you want more of this, feel free to tune in every Friday live on twitch.tv/films if you want to, or catch it on your favourite podcasting platform as you usually do.
Rain spotting.
Nice, rain spotting. And then if you want to support us like our wonderful patrons do, head to patreon.com/hatfilms, where you can pick the thing that you like the most or all of it. That just lets us know that you like a booty episode or you like a hat chat stuff. That's all that's really there for. And you get access to the hypothetical questions and get to vote on them. So that
we're working on a way to get members' videos on there, but it turns out they want a reasonable percentage to add videos, so we'll try and find a way to make that work.
Indeed. We'll figure that out. And until then, have a great week.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
Ta-ra for now.
Bye, everybody.
Mummy!
Mumsy.
Dear God.
No.
I am walking down the street, got a smile on my face and some shit in my teeth. Oh my God, look at that elf. He clearly doesn't care about his personal health. Hey, you twat, stop looking at me. I shit in your face and I piss in your tea. Oh, mate, I don't mean it like that. Well, shut the fuck up, get out of here, you twat. I don't need no news, I don't need no voice. I'm a pleasure, sometimes it touch me so. I don't need no news, I don't need no voice. I'm a pleasure, sometimes it touch me so. Bless your elf.